Next up at UFC 313, we got Ozzy Diaz taking on Djorden Santos. Silent D, I don't even know why they put it there. Ozzy Diaz, 9-3 in his career, 3-2 in his last 5. He's coming off that knockout loss in his UFC debut. He's taking on Djorden with a D, Santos. 10-1 in his career, 5-0 in his last 5. He's making his UFC debut. Ozzy Diaz obviously had a very unfortunate UFC debut when he got smoked by Jay Minier. That took me. Dude, watch that show growing up. Yeah, that show was so good. That really was a good show. What was it called? What was it called? Something Life? Osborne Life? The Osborns? Was it just the Osborns?
Something clever. I think it was something clever.
Yeah. All right, anyway. We got Ozzy Diaz, former LFA champion of the world. He's a striker. He's pretty light in his feet. He likes to use the movement. He bounces around. He's got some grappling as well. By no means is he like a very good grappler, but he can grapple. He can find finishes and clinches or at distance. He's creative with the striking. He is pretty tough, but he is hit and he is a little chinny. He's tall at 6'4", not the thickest guy in the world. He spent a good chunk of his career right here at middleweight. That UFC debut knockout loss was at light heavyweight, so he should be down to where he belongs. Taking on Djorden Santos, well-rounded guy, and while he is just okay everywhere, he's not particularly dangerous. He's not great at any one specific thing, right? The striking is good. It's okay. The leg kicks are good. They're okay. The wrestling is good. It's okay. The takedown defense is better than the takedown offense. And ultimately, wherever the fight goes, he'll be prepared. But somebody who is wildly good at one thing, a very good wrestler, a very good striker, they can exploit just sort of the averageness on the other side. Ozzy Diaz is not like great, but he's not garbage either. Anybody who just watched his last fight, watched him get knocked out and just concluded this guy sucks, well, that wasn't his natural weight class. That was his UFC debut, and I promise you he's better than that performance. But he is a middle-of-the-road fighter, and he doesn't have the best chin. The grappling is okay. That is likely what Jordan's also looking to do. I do think these odds are kind of wild. 2-1 does not seem appropriate to me. Likely a slug fight here, which is a very controversial term for some freaking reason. Going to be sloppy. It's going to be back and forth. I think Djorden is going to win this fight. I may go ahead and slap $1 or $2 down on the plus 3.5. What do you think, Jacob?
I know you can't like them sloppy.
Sloppy Joe. Sloppy Joe.
You're scared of this lady? What's that from?
I don't know what yours is from, but Sloppy Joe is from the Adam Sandler CD.
Oh, boy. You don't know. I know you can't like them sloppy.
Oh, God. Yeah, it's a woman.
You're scaring this lady.
Oh, what is it? Oh, man. All right, just tell me.
Nope.
All right, we'll break down this fight.
We're going to sit here until you figure it out.
I won't Google it, I promise. Billy Madison.
Yeah, you looked at the fucking chat.
I did look at the chat, but I knew it was Adam Sandler. I would have gotten there.
Listen, I'm not sure Ozzy Diaz is a UFC caliber guy per se. I think Angelo he's probably one of those fringe guys, which doesn't mean that he can't get a win or two in the UFC, right? He's a tough guy. He's a well-rounded guy. He's got a decent amount of experience, and it's yet to be seen probably if Santos is a UFC guy as well. So if Diaz were to win this fight, I wouldn't be crazy surprised. But what I do love about Santos in that Contender Series fight was, I mean, he came in plus 350, plus 400, something dog to this pretty boy striker that can also grapple, and he's got all these kicks and stuff, and everyone was against Santos because he's fought nobody. Yeah, he's got this or whatever. He's 10-1, but he's fought terrible. He's just beating up on bums, and he doesn't have the skills, and he came in and just fucking dogged that shit out. He got in that kid's face, was throwing volume, showed decent speed with his hands, decent, as you said, the takedown defense, decent defensive striking. He actually looked like he could be, a viable UFC fighter. And I think that's really all it's going to take in this fight, is he is just a little bit sharper everywhere. I don't like the hand speed of Ozzy Diaz, especially in the counter-striking aspect. And I think Santos just kind of gets in his face and just kind of outdogs this guy. I've seen the dog and Santos in that fight. I mean, he was a plus 350 and won that 30-27 decision against a really athletic kid. I don't think Diaz is going to have the speed I think Santos just kind of gets in his face and wears him down and could find a finish. Because once Santos gets on you, he's one of those guys just kind of he's going to stay on you. So, second round finish.
I like that you pointed out the speed there. I do think that'll be a difference because you're right. I think for Ozzy to win, he's going to need to slow this down, like slow it down and make it kind of lumbering and labored. Because if it is just sort of fast athleticism, Santos should probably take over there. We're both on the Santos side here. Do you think these odds are a little wide or no? You think he should be a 2-1 favorite?
I bet him 2-1 favorite. I don't give a fuck.
There you go, Jacob. Jacob doesn't give a fuck. $8,700 in DraftKings Fantasy for Santos. And honestly, if you're on that side of the fence, then that may be worth it because Ozzy Diaz does not have the greatest chin, can be finished. Djorden Santos is going to go ahead and be the pick here. But if you do want to check out every single pick, bet, and tool, it's only $10 a month. $10 an entire month. That's going to get you UFC 313, UFC London, UFC Mexico, and I'm assuming Brandon Moreno's in UFC Mexico, right?
What kind of question is that?
Because I've been saying UFC Mexico because it's the Brandon Moreno card, but I could be dead fucking wrong. That might not be Mexico. But either way, the Brandon Moreno card. And then the Vittori Delides A2 card. Check it all out now. WeWantPicks.com. Click Become a Member. $10 for an entire month. A whole month for $10. That's $2.50 a week. Couple of super Chatterooskies. $4.99 from TC. Ange thinks cutting weight is taking rates in between eating. Listen, I don't know what's happening
know what
here.
That is.
I don't. I don't know like where the dynamic shifted and what's happening here and why all of a sudden I'm getting dogged, but I don't appreciate it. So stop. Thank you.
Angelo just cuts all his food in half and says it's half calories. I just half the calories, guys.
Is it really silent? It's like D Jordan. No, it's legit Jordan. The D does not exist in this. I don't know why there's a D there. It's just Jordan. It is silent. Thank you for the $5 super chat. Donnie says slugfest. End of story. I've explained this multiple times. Slug fight and slugfest are two different words. I'm not replacing slug fight. I recognize slug fight. Or sorry, I'm not replacing slugfest. I recognize slugfest is a word. I'm adding slug fight to the equation. Slugfest is like boom, 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 boom. Slug fight is like that, but sloppy, sluggish, just a mess. There's the difference.
Slugs are very important to the ecosystem. So the way that you kind of talk about them.
And
like
so are sloppy ass fights on UFC undercards. That's wildly important to the ecosystem. See what I did there? 40, whatever currency this is from Combat Bets. I have no idea. What is that symbol? I appreciate you, Combat Bets. Thank you so much. I don't see a comment here. If you have a comment, throw it up. We'll find it and we'll read it. FMDA, $1.99. Angelo proving everything from Jersey is gross. I'm not from Jersey. I'm not from Jersey.
Yeah, okay. Let's just see those tattoos real quick. Then say it again.
I've been to the shore. Also, this window is rattling like crazy. If my power goes out, this is going to flicker. Just stick around, Jacob. I'll come back.
That's what you told Manuel as well.
Santiago Mendez, stream 1 of asking Jacob. All right.
I'm not sure what's
stream 1. Let's see how many times it takes.
I'm not sure what's, can you just explain what's going on, Angelo?
He wants you to paint your face. Let's check it out for stream 2.